Pick it up. Let's go. Come on. Now it's time for Becklos Bootcamp. Hello everyone, my name is Nate Becklo, as you can see from the shirt. I'm with Excel Personal Training. I'm a personal trainer. I've been doing this for about 3 years now. Before in the past, I played sports all throughout my life growing up. I was always very active, riding my bikes around town, playing G.I. Joes outside when I was a kid, and then, played sports all throughout elementary school, high school, collegiate sports. Then from there, I went on to be a U.S. Marine. In the Marine Corps, I was a machine gunner. We had to be in top physical shape. We had to eat properly. You always had to be training because your life and those lives around you depended on how in shape you were and the level of conditioning that you had. So what we're now I'm taking. After I got out of the Marine Corps, I moved out to California. Married my beautiful wife, Denise, and I became a personal trainer, started the company Excel, and over the last 3 years, I've been working with numerous clients, both men and women, children, sports teams, cheerleaders, you name it. I've worked with them, helped them achieve their fitness goals and a higher level of fitness. Also helped them obtain the knowledge that it takes to carry on with those fitness goals and to be consistent with them. So what we're going to be doing, I have a plan over the next few months. What you're going to be able to see is a plan on how to get in better shape. I hate to use the word diet because everyone always assumes that in order to eat healthy, you have to be dieting and skipping foods. That's not the case, okay? Eating healthy, proper diet is just eating healthy foods, making sure your calorie intake is at the correct level, making sure that you're not exceeding your daily sodium intake, watching your carbs, making sure you have 15 to 30% of your daily caloric intake being protein. If you follow all these things with nutrition and work on the exercises as well, you need both of them as well as stretching. And that's the other thing I was going to touch on too, is that we're also going to be looking at the stretches you need to do, because personal training isn't just hitting the gym 3 times a week, it's a lifestyle change. You have to be hitting it from all angles. If you're only doing one of the 3, you're not going to be successful, okay? You got to be exercising and exercising correctly on a regular basis. You have to be eating properly, because I can put you on a treadmill and smoke you for 45 minutes, but if you go reward yourself with a cheeseburger after you get out, the whole workout was for nothing. So you got to be eating healthy, you got to be eating properly. I'll help you with that and I'll give you the proper guidelines. And then with the stretching, I know a lot of men and women out there who you've never stretched or you do not stretch on a daily basis. Some of you, you can't even touch your toes reaching down. You need to work on your stretching, because if you're already tight right now and you start working out and you're not stretching, the chances for injury go up significantly. So you got to make sure you're stretching, keeping your major muscle groups loosened, making sure your ligaments, tendons, everything, making sure all that stays flexible and limber so that you avoid injury and that you are able to stay consistent in your workouts. On top of that, we're going to be looking at some of the little extras in order to be successful as well. Little things that I'm sure a lot of the other training videos don't show you, or The Biggest Loser won't show you, and that's making sure you have the proper sneakers, how to work on having more effort and having more discipline, like I said, and being in the Marine Corps and having had to endure 4 years of a tour in Afghanistan and all the things that we do in our training, you have to maintain a high level of discipline. So I'll also give you all the tools to be more disciplined and to make this workout program successful. Again, a lot of things that you won't see in other programs. So what we're going to do over the next few months is we're going to pick a person at random. And this is going to be like a reality show, except you're going to be able to watch, through the computer or through the TV show, what happens to this person over the course of the next few months. Not only will you be able to follow along and see how he or she does and how they're successful, but you'll also be able to learn in the process. You'll be able to see what they're doing for workouts. I'll be describing it along the way as to what's going to make this successful, what they're doing right, the form that needs to be corrected, what they did wrong in their diet, what could be done to improve the diet. I'll show you the stretches at the end of the workout that he or she needs to do after they're done or they completed the workout. Okay, so over the next few months, you're going to follow this person. You're going to see the process and exactly what it takes to be successful in your fitness program. I got a lot to show you. We got a lot to go over. So let's get it started. Let's go. Pick it up. Let's go. Come on. First of all, get yourself a good pair of running sneakers. I didn't realize the importance of running sneakers because I was always playing sports, hockey, lacrosse, football. I was always in cleats or ice skates, so I never really realized how important a good pair of workout sneakers were. But now that I'm training, and I see it time and time again with the people that I'm training, that if it feels like you're running on cement still, even though you got your sneakers on, and your knees might start to ache or your ankles might start to ache, it might not be that you're injured in those areas. It might just be that your sneakers are due for a change. A good time to change your sneakers is, and I know it's kind of tough to keep track of, but about 4 months or 300 miles. And again, unless you're a real avid runner and you're really keeping track of how many miles you're running per week, it might be kind of hard to judge when you've hit 300 miles. But you should know over just the feel of the sneaker. So make sure that you're getting a good sneaker. Go to your local shoe store. Ask them to measure your sneaker, your foot. Make sure that the sneaker fits properly. Make sure that it's for what you're looking to achieve. Don't go getting basketball high tops if we're not going to be playing basketball. We're going to be just doing running, conditioning, working out in the gym. High knee stairs, speed ladder, whatever. Just make sure you got a sneaker that's going to be able to accomplish these things. Second of all, let's start getting down to business with the nutrition. You got to be hydrated, okay? If you're not drinking proper amounts of water, you're going to be in big trouble, okay? I know everyone likes to have, tea, coffee. If you're drinking sodas, got to cut it out. And even alcohol. Alcohol dehydrates you even more. You should be drinking 96 ounces of water a day. Okay, now a lot of people, I think somewhere over 90% of Americans on a daily basis are dehydrated. So you got to make sure you're drinking plenty of water. And it's not the water you drink today that hydrates you, it's the water that you drank 3 days ago. Okay, before we used to go on major operations or hikes with our packs, they'd always tell us 3 days prior, make sure you're drinking a lot of water, okay? Don't go pounding a lot of water all at once because you're just going to have to go to the bathroom real bad. Make sure you have a bottle of water in your hands at all times. This will help you make sure you're drinking water throughout the day. It will help you metabolize fat. It helps keep your muscles lubricated. It helps keep your body in motion. It keeps your core body temperature lower. So make sure you're drinking about 96 ounces of water a day. Also with nutrition. In terms of, soda, like I said, cut that out. Soda's gut rot. It's not going to do anything for you. I think in a regular soda, there's maybe like 220 calories. That right there alone is going to waste a person's cardio workout for the day because, most people I see when they're starting off aren't going to burn more than 220 calories in their cardio workout. So cut the soda out of your diet. Like I said, this is a lifestyle change. So sodas, get rid of them. Alcohol. If you're going to have a drink, I'm not saying that you have to quit drinking. If you are old enough to drink and you like to have a glass of wine or a beer on the weekends, that's fine. Just keep track of how many calories you're consuming with that alcoholic drink. If just a regular domestic American beer has about 110 calories. Not only is it the calories that you're dealing with, but it's the empty carbs as well. So having that over time, alcohol deteriorates muscle tissue as well. So keep that in mind. But if you are drinking over the weekends, keep track of how much you're having, and you got to calculate that into your daily caloric intake, which I'll get into that in a little bit. What else? Oh, fast food. Fast food. Got to cut that out. That cannot be a part of your life any longer. And when I say fast food, I'm not just talking about the major greasy burger fast food chains. I'm also talking about other restaurants that you might think of being healthy, but really aren't. I did a comparison. I looked at the difference between a linguine pasta or shrimp pasta compared to one of the major restaurants, big burgers. The only difference between those two meals, the supersized meal and that pasta dish, was the saturated fat. The saturated fat there was more of it in the burger, but the calories were the same and the sodium was the same. So you might think, oh, well, I haven't been eating greasy burgers at McDonald's, but you're having, pasta over at Olive Garden. You're not doing yourself any favor. That pasta dish, I think, has got like 1,300 calories in it. That's going to be really, really tough to burn off. I'm going to have you on a treadmill for about 3 hours if you're going to be eating 1,300 calorie pasta dishes. So that's got to stop. Eat natural foods. When you have natural foods, it's easier for your body to digest and process. Okay, the nutrition label on the back of a can or on a bag or whatnot, it says based on a 2,000 calorie a day diet. The reason they recommend 2,000 calorie a day diet is because women tend to be a little bit under and men tend to be a little bit over. For a man, you really shouldn't be over 2,200 calories, or you should be roughly around that number. Women should be anywhere from like 1,600 to 1,800 calories a day. Unless you're doing Navy SEAL training or you're a professional football player and you're doing a sports camp, you hear about these guys saying, oh, I can eat McDonald's, it doesn't affect me. That's because they're burning massive amounts of calories on a regular basis. You're not. Your little walk to the office to sit in your chair in your cubicle and then sitting in the car on the ride home, the walk into the house and to the office door are not burning that many calories. So you really only need, like I said, around 2,000 calories a day to get through your daily activities. That's where working out comes in. When you work out, the goal is to start attacking your stored energy, which is your fat areas. What fat is stored energy. It was just calories and carbs that were never burned, and it's converted into fat to be used at a later time. It's stored energy. So when you start attacking your fat, it's when you start working out. You've used your daily caloric intake to get through the day of 2,200 calories, and now you're starting to attack your fat through additional exercise. Okay, so that's what we're going to have to work on. If you're exceeding that, all we're going to be doing is working off the extra food you're putting in your face. Okay, it's not going to be helping. So what I recommend, and this is tedious, it's a pain in the butt, but what I recommend is for at least for a couple days, write down everything that you have from the second you wake up to the second you go to bed, and that's liquids included. Don't just not put milk in there, or don't bluff yourself and be like, oh geez, I don't want to put the brownies on there because I'll feel guilty. Put the brownies down. Write everything down that you have. If you want to get more in depth and you want to include sodium, fat, and go from there, that would be even better. But at least write your calories down and maybe your fat calories down as well, just to have an idea of where you're at throughout the course of the day. I had one gentleman who thought he was around 2,000 calories a day. He wrote down everything he was consuming over a 24-hour period. Turns out he was at 3,800 calories a day. That's a big jump. Okay, you're not going to burn off 3,800 calories a day just by going to your daily job and working out a little bit. You got to keep it portional. Okay. We'll go into that a little bit later in terms of depth within nutrition with the person that we'll be training. I'll find out what they're going to be eating over the course of the workout program, and I'll be giving you tips on what they're consuming and how to help them change their eating habits. Your schedule for eating over the course of the day should be six times a day. You should be eating 3 meals, 3 snacks. Okay? Whenever you wake up, you should start off with breakfast. I know a lot of people probably aren't breakfast eaters, okay, but you got to start becoming one. Like I said, lifestyle change, okay? So when you wake up, I used to be that guy. I used to wake up, I wasn't hungry, so I'd wait till about 1 p.m. and then I'd shovel my face. But I was in college, my metabolism was really high, so I could get away with it. It's not happening anymore, okay? So when you get up, and coffee doesn't count for breakfast, okay? So coffee, if you're like, oh, I have my cup of coffee, doesn't count. Eat something healthy. If you're not big on breakfast, just have something small. It doesn't have to be big. Have an apple, have a banana, have a yogurt. Eat something as long as it's healthy. And like I said, reverting back to natural foods, if you eat things from the earth, you're going to process it a lot better. It's going to be easier for your body to process and digest and burn off. If you're eating things in packages all the time, like I said, if it's okay, if you have a little granola bar, that's okay, but just try to limit how much you have those processed foods. Then every 2 to 3 hours after that, after breakfast, you should be having some kind of food. Whether it's just some almonds, another piece of fruit, have a little salad. Prepare yourself for the day. Then at lunch, have your another meal. Again, eat proportionally. Don't stuff your face, and allow yourself time to digest too. A lot of times people eat so fast that right after they're done eating, they're like, oh man, I'm so hungry, I could eat 2 more of these things. Give it time to digest, because it takes about 15 minutes for your stomach to register to your brain that it's full. So allow your stomach time to digest. See if you're still hungry, because there was a time I was very hungry after eating a Subway footlong. I was like, boy, I could eat a whole nother footlong easily. Gave it 10-15 minutes. Full, not hungry anymore. I would have eaten that sandwich for nothing. That would have been calories that I didn't need. So that's what I'm talking about. Give yourself a chance to digest the food. See if you're still actually hungry or not. If you're eating consistently and you're eating every 2 to 3 hours, over a couple weeks, I'm not saying that you're not going to be a little bit hungry, but as long as you're not starving, you'll be okay. After a few weeks of eating proportionally, eating every 2 to 3 hours, your stomach will get a little bit smaller, and you will not be feeling as hungry anymore, and you'll be able to feel full throughout the day. Again, after you eat lunch, eat another 2 to 3 hours, have a little snack. Nutrition shakes, that's a fantastic snack. As long as you get something low in calories. There's one nutrition shake I had. It was 160 calories per serving. A serving was 1 scoop. It had 25 grams of protein, amino acids, vitamins, and minerals. So I was getting a lot of nutrition out of something that was only 160 calories without having a lot of carbs and fat mixed in there on top of it. So it's a nutrition shake is a great way to help yourself feel full. Have a snack. You can do 2 scoops if you're subbing it as a meal, or if you're having something late night. I know there's a lot of people that are late night eaters. I know I'm that guy, where after dinner you're hungry before you go to bed. Have a nutrition shake. Like I said, with the protein too, it's a great source of protein to help your muscles rebuild as well. So have a nutrition shake. That will help you feel full at the end of the day or in the evening at night before you go to bed without having to stuff your face. One thing I thought was really cool is they said your plate should look like a colorful painting. If it looks like it's all one color, i.e. French fries, cheeseburgers, it's all like a tan brown, that's not good. If you're having, corn, green beans, tomatoes, all these bright colors, then you're eating healthy. Okay, so look at the color of your plate next time you're eating. If it all looks like it's one color, beige, tan, greasy mess, you're not eating healthy. Try to eat things that are vibrant colors, a bright, multicolored painting. That's when you're eating healthy. A lot of fruits and vegetables. Once you start to change all these, then we're going to start getting into the workout program. Okay, when you're working out, plan to work out about 5 days a week, 4 to 5 days a week. You should be getting in. Try to get in as much cardio as you can. Now, you don't want to hop on the treadmill and just run, every single day for as long as you can, because if you're doing the same thing, not only are you going to plateau fairly quickly, not get the results from it that you'd be looking for, but you're also just going to keep doing wear and tear on the same muscles and ligaments and joints. So try to switch up your cardio workouts. And also keep it more exciting for you. It won't be so humdrum, and it won't be such a tedious thing to go in there and do the same thing every day. So make sure you're doing proper cardio. I'm going to show you numerous strength training exercises as well as the stretches. So when we get into that, like I said, when I grab my person who I'm going to be getting them into a fitness program, you're going to see all the things that we're going to start off with. Starting off slow, getting a good warm-up in, working out properly, stretching at the end. You'll see all these things throughout the process. So hopefully that will give you some good ideas as to how to get started, how to begin your workout routine. And like I said, remember, this is a lifestyle change, okay? It's not just going to the gym and working out. It's a whole change that's going to affect every area of your life. So let's start making that happen. Pick it up, let's go, come on! Don't change the channel. Becklos Bootcamp is right around the corner. Pick it up, let's go, come on! Now it's time for Becklos Bootcamp. All right, welcome back after a little hiatus to Becklos Bootcamp. I'm Nate Becklo, I'm here with Monica. We are back at it after a few weeks of break in action after the holiday season. New Year's has just ended and we're getting back in for our first session into the new year of 2010. So today, you know, Monica's back now. Everyone's taking a little bit of a break, I'm sure. You know, it's very hard to maintain through the holiday season and into New Year's. You know, you're going to holiday parties, a lot of unhealthy food, very little time to get to the gym. You know, so all I can really ask, you know, it's very easy to harp and talk and tell you what you should do. All I can say is just try to do your best. You know, when it's this time of year, like Thanksgiving or whatnot, and there's a lot of places to go, a lot of bad food to eat, try to eat as healthy as you can and try to just keep a maintenance level of training, you know, as often as you can. You know, then, you know, once it's all over, New Year's is said and done with, now it's time to get back into action and start those New Year's resolutions again. So, what we're gonna do, Monica's already warmed up, so we're gonna start off with the workout. And again, you can, for the warm-up, you know, just 5 minutes of simple action. It can be on a treadmill, it can be, you know, a series of jumping jacks, high knees, whatnot. Just get the blood flowing, get your core body temperature up, warm up your major muscle groups, and then you're good to go. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna hit a 3-station set. We're gonna go to a series of curls, doing single leg curls. Then we're gonna go to a high knee with the arms overhead, and then we're gonna finish off with some toe touches on the mat, sit-ups. Now, working on the single leg makes it a little bit more challenging. You gotta work on stability, works on core strength. It is burning a little bit more calories, and the muscles around our knees and ankles and the joints are working to stabilize, which helps improve balance. Keeping the palms up, curling all the way up to the shoulders, all the way back down, get a full range of motion. Now, if you start losing your balance like she did, just try to put your front toe down so you still got the majority of your weight on one leg. We're gonna try to go for about 12 reps on each side. And again, as you improve, you can hit multiple sets. You can start bringing your weight up. Right now, we just have her doing 7.5 pound dumbbells. But as you keep going, you can go up to 10, 12. You know, don't be limited. Whatever you can feel you can do about 10 to 15 reps of on each leg. That's what you want to go with. This is the second leg. Okay. Very good. Excellent. All right, I'll take the weights. Now, we went strength exercise, now we're gonna go to cardio. So we're gonna put our arms up. When you don't have the momentum from your arms, usually, you know, running, jumping, sprinting, walking, your arms create that momentum. When you take your arms out of the equation, then you have to make up the difference in your midsection. So we're gonna have her hold her arms up overhead. She's gonna be losing that momentum with her arms, so she's gonna have to make up for it from her midsection. She's gonna be working her shoulders a little bit more. We're gonna go for about 20 seconds doing a high knee. You wanna try to bring your knees up to hip level. Ready? 20 seconds. Go. There you go. Keep the belly button tight towards the spine. Keep your upper body slightly tilted forward. It's very easy to start to lean back in order to help get those knees up. Keep going, keep going. 7, 6, 5. Try to keep those arms still. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Excellent. All right, now we're going to go onto the mat. We're going to be doing the toe touches. Okay, we're gonna bring your legs straight up over the hips. Keep your legs straight as you can. Arms out, locked towards your toes. And I want you to, you don't have to touch your toes, but I want you to try to bring your hands towards your toes. We're gonna try to go for 15 to 20. If it starts straining your neck, you can hold your hands behind your head and do the same thing, aiming your chin towards your toes. Ready? Go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you see how she's not going all the way back down? She's not letting her head rest down. You wanna keep it heading towards your toes for the majority of the reps. Good, excellent. All right, so at that point you can take a breather, you go through a 3-station set. If you're still feeling okay, you can cycle back through. Usually when you're doing circuit training like this, you want to go through at least 2 or 3 times. You know, if it's your first day or first week, pace yourself. You know, don't try to bang out, you know, 5, 6 sets of this. You know, just do a few sets on each one just so you get used to the exercise, get used to the movement. Reevaluate, see how sore you are 2 days from now. And remember the 2-day rule. You're not going to feel your soreness the day after. It's going to be 2 days from the day you work out. So you work out on a Thursday, see how you're feeling on Saturday. If you're good to go, then you know you can do more sets and reps. Okay, so we're going to give her a quick water break for now, and we're going to cycle back through, do 2 more of these exercises.
Pick it up, let's go, come on!
So what we're doing right now, we're doing a squat press. You're combining both of them. This is going to be working the shoulders and the legs at the same time, and it's also probably going to be getting a little bit of cardio in if you're not used to it. You want to be putting all the weight through your heels, okay? You want to keep your feet shoulder width apart, keep your toes straight forward. You don't want your toes pointing outward. Toes straight forward, squat down through the heels, keeping the dumbbells at chin level, and then press as you stand up. Right now she's going to hit about a set of 12 of them, and then we're going to go to the next exercise. And when you stand up, try to avoid pushing the pelvis forward. You want to stand up, squat, and press, but keep your pelvis back. You don't want to be leaning back, helping to get the weight up. Now she's going to do a single leg dumbbell toe touch. Again, this is a stability exercise. Start with the dumbbell straight up overhead.
Right.
It's all right. You doing okay?
Yeah.
Okay. You keep your palm forward. We're going to swing down right below the knee and come back up. Good. And if she starts to lose her balance, I told her to just drop that rear toe. When she drops her rear toe, it's helping the balance, but it's still keeping the majority of her weight on that one leg. You want to keep that arm straight, bring it down to right about knee level or just below, and then bring it back up to a standing position. We're going to go 10 on each leg. This is working on stability, core strength, working the shoulders, working the legs, glutes. And if you can't keep your balance, don't get frustrated. Not many people can do this exercise on their first time. She's been able to go for many reps without putting her foot down, so she's doing well. Okay, we're going to go on the other side. And again, if you can't do it at all, then just keep that toe down the whole time. Just say it's almost like having training wheels on. Just keep that toe down and run through the exercise while you still got the majority of the weight in that one leg. Good. Keep that other arm free. There you go.
That didn't work.
There you go. Excellent. All right, the last one we're going to do, we're going to come back over to the mat. So again, we did legs and shoulders. Then we did stability exercises. Now we're going to be going on your stomach. We're going to go on the stomach, we're going to do a plank. So you're going to be on your forearms, have your elbows right underneath your shoulders, and I want you to come up on your elbows and your toes, and you're going to hold it. Try to hold it for about 15 and 20 seconds. So come up on your toes. So come up on your elbows and toes. There you go, good. You want to keep your body locked out. Keep your belly button tight towards your spine. Keep your body off the ground. Hold it for about 15-20 seconds, as long as you can. You're going to do a couple sets. Good. Relax for a second. We'll do one more time. If your elbows are too far out in front of your body, it's going to be even harder. You're putting too much leverage on your body. So keep them underneath. Keep your belly button tight towards your spine. Keep your body locked out. You don't want your hips to sag or be up too high. Ready? We'll go one more time. Ready? Go. There you go. Keep that belly button tight towards your spine. Ready? 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Excellent. All right. So we got through 2 sets of the other exercise. We're going to go through 2 sets of this exercise. That'll be 4 sets of circuit training. We're about to head downstairs now, get on the treadmill. I'm going to show you guys some alternatives to doing cardio, so you're not just getting on the treadmill and going through a typical walk or run. Creates a little excitement, breaks up the monotony of a normal treadmill exercise, and then we're going to show you some stretches. So let's head downstairs. So we're downstairs now, we're on the treadmill. Now I know most of you come in the gym, you come right to the treadmill or the elliptical, and you start it up and you either got a basic walk or you put it on level 1 and you just kind of cruise along. To break up the monotony of an exercise like that, you can switch up exercises on the treadmill. There's a bunch of things you can do. Today I'm going to show you one. What we're going to do, and I've already got Monica walking, what we're going to do is we're going to kick up the incline. When you start going up the incline, even though it's probably going to burn your calves and hamstrings and back a little bit more, it is going to be working more from the midsection. And again, like I told you, when you take your arms out of the equation, you have to work more from your midsection. So I'm going to bring up the incline. After a few seconds, I'm going to give her the plate. I'm going to have her hold the plate overhead. So we're adding weight to the body. We're having her work the shoulders a little bit more, and she's working more from the midsection. I'll have her on that for a bit. I'll take the plate away, and then I'm going to bring the treadmill down to a mid-level incline, and I'm going to have it do a short run, and then we're going to catch a breath, and we're going to cycle back through, okay? So normally when you start off on the treadmill for a warm-up, you can usually put the speed at a 3.0, between a 2.6 and a 3.0. That's basic walking speed. The incline, you usually want to put at least a 3.0. That simulates outdoor walking. I'm going to bring it up a little bit higher now. We're going to bring it up to a 10 now. This treadmill in particular can go up to a 15, but today, you know, it's after the holidays. I don't want to kill her. We're just going to go up to a 10 right now. All right? All right, so once it gets to the top, I'm going to give her the plate. All right, ready? Hold the plate overhead. Keep your body slightly tilted forward. Walk from the midsection. Now, I probably want to do this for, you know, as long as you feel comfortable. Don't push it out where you feel like you're going to pass out, because we don't need anyone falling off the treadmill with a weight dropping on their head. Okay, so when you start to feel fatigued and you start to feel like you're pushing it, bring the plate down. You know, in this case, she's going to hand it to me, but you can put it down to the side, put it in the little cubby. You can have a medicine ball, put it in the little holder right here, and then bring down the treadmill to a mid-level area and then sprint. But always try to mix it up. If you're doing the same thing all the time, your body is going to adapt to that very quickly. Good. Now we're going to bring the treadmill down. We're going to run it at a 5 now. That's a little bit higher than what you would run out, so a little more difficult than what you would experience running outside. And we're going to have her run at a pretty decent pace on level 5. We're trying to go for about 30 seconds. So again, you know, if you come in, you do the same thing every time, your body's going to get used to it rather quickly. Come in, switch it up, make your body have to adapt to different exercises, and you'll get better results. Okay, we're going to run it out. You doing all right? In Monica's case, I'm going to put it at a 5 speed. I'm going to try to go for about 20-30 seconds. Just keep pumping those arms, stay focused. 10 seconds. 2, 1, keep it running, keep it running. Good. And then cool down. So again, we're going to cycle back through this a number of times. We're probably going to go through about 4 or 5 times through the cycle of putting the arms overhead with the plate, bringing it down to a mid-level run, and then walking it out to catch your breath. 4 or 5 times, good 20-30 minute exercise. You know, something to switch up on the treadmill, break up the monotony of the exercises that you're used to, and create more of a challenge for your body. So we'll run through this 4 or 5 times, but just to review, start off with a warm-up if you haven't warmed up already. Bring the treadmill up to an incline of about 10 or higher. Put a weight over your head, or if you want to just start off, you can hold your hands overhead. Walk without your arms. Arms overhead, 30 seconds or until you get really tired. Bring them down, mid-level incline of about 5, 6, or 7. Run it at about 70 to 80% of your fastest ability. Try to go as long as you can, about 30 seconds. Bring it back down to a walk, catch your breath, and cycle back through again, okay? So right after this, after we've cycled through about 3 or 4 times, I'm going to send her over into the stretching room, and we're going to show you some stretches, because that's a very important part of exercise that we haven't done yet. All right, so Monica just finished her exercise on the treadmill. We went through about 20 minutes of cardio. Now it's time to stretch. Now a lot of people, I can tell you from my experiences as a personal trainer and my own personal history, do not stretch enough. Now I know when I was in high school and college, whenever I played sports or whatnot, they would have us do a lap, and then you circle up and you do your little series of stretches, holding for 10 seconds, counting out loud, and then you go play your game or do your practice or whatnot. And then, as soon as the game's over, you shake hands and you get off the field and you go home. When we're leaving the field, you just played a whole game, going as hard as you can and bursts of speed and cuts and starts and stops. That's when you're at your tightest, is when you're leaving the field. That's when you should be circling up and stretching. We never did that. I think they should change the way that they do that. And unfortunately, a lot of people nowadays still don't stretch even after their workout when they're going home at their tightest. So you might be flexible. You know, even if you're flexible, keep stretching. You want to maintain that flexibility. You know, don't feel like just because you can touch your toes, you don't need to stretch. You want to keep that stretching going. Okay, now if you can't, then you really need to start stretching, because if you're already tight and you already have a hard time stretching, it's only going to get worse if you keep working out. Once you get into your workout program, you're starting your New Year's resolutions, you know, you can barely touch your toes. You keep working out now and your body, which was already tight before, is going through a series of workouts 3 to 4 times a week, then it's going to be even tighter. And if you don't bring it back to its original state, the muscles, and stretch them after a workout, you know, it's only going to get that much worse. And eventually you're going to end up tearing a ligament or straining a ligament or muscle or pulling something, and then you're going to have a problem being consistent with your workouts because of injuries or strains or whatnot. So I'm going to run you through just a few stretches right now. Now, normally when you want to do some stretches, in this case we're going to start off by sitting up straight, legs straight out in front of you, feet together. Now, if I want normally for you to touch your toes. Now, if you can't touch your toes and you're having a hard time and you can only get it like so far, you know, you're not going to be able to hold a good stretch if you got nothing to grip onto. So in order to have an extension of your arms, your feet together, put a band, or you can use a towel, combine them right here. You can use a towel, band, or anything else that would give you that extension. It will help keep your feet together, and you can kind of pull your way down, keeping your head tucked. I want to have your head tucked, chin towards your chest. Now, stretching might cause some strain and uncomfortability during the stretch. You know, that's okay. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being excruciating, you'd probably want to hold your stretch at about a 6 or 7. Okay, you don't need to hold it where you're miserable, but you want to count 20 seconds, okay? Don't go 10 seconds. And don't count to 20 so fast that it's 10 seconds anyway. You know, if you're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you know, look at a clock, get a stopwatch, count for a good 20 seconds, hold it. You need that time to get the muscle stretched out. Then you can take a breather. Now, stretching is not like working out where if you do too much of it or you don't do it in proportions that it's going to cause an injury. You can get numerous stretches in, like this stretch right here. As long as you're stretching for 20 seconds, taking breaks in between, you can stretch 3, 4, 5 times as long as your body's warmed up. Stretching should be done after every workout, but it doesn't have to be only on workout days. You can stretch on days that you're not working out. At the end of the workday, come home, take a hot shower, allow the hot shower to warm up your muscles, get you nice and loose, plop down in front of your favorite TV show, and run through your series of stretches. If you stretch lower and upper body, good. If you stretch lower and upper body, and you're holding for 20 seconds on every stretch, and you're doing multiple stretches, it should take about 20 to 25 minutes. So if your stretching is only lasting about 5 to 10 minutes, you're not stretching long enough or doing as many stretches as you should. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go into the hurdler stretch. So we're going to tuck one leg in, get the sole of the sneaker towards the inside of that thigh, kick that leg out to the side, a little bit more here. There you go. And we're going to reach out with both arms going down to that leg. Again, keep your head tucked down, chin to your chest. We're going to hold it for 20 seconds. You feeling a good stretch? Good.
I'm sweating.
Again, you hold it for a 20-second count, nice long stretch. And, you know, time permitting, if you can, we're only showing you 1 or 2 reps on each of these stretches, but you can stretch 3, 4, 5 times. You know, it's only going to benefit you.
Am I supposed to shake?
Yeah, especially after workout, you're probably going to be trembling a little. Good, relax. All right, again, for time's sake, we're going to just show you one. We're going to switch to the other side. Kick that other leg out. Put that sole of sneaker right to the inside of the thigh. Reach with both arms down and pull that head down. There you go. Now, can you reach your toe at all? Can you? There you go. Good. And bring that left arm up on top of that other arm. There you go. Feel that stretch in your back too? When you bring this leg in, you tuck this leg in, it's forcing that back out, so it's also going to be stretching that lower back, both on the left and right sides, and still stretching that hamstring. If you don't have time after your workout, let's say you get a quick half-hour, 40-minute workout in, and something happens, someone calls, you got to go pick the kids up. You know, make sure, you might not be able to stretch after the workout, but make sure later on that day you get that stretch in. And remember, you know, don't stretch cold, coming in from the cold outside and just plop down. You know, it's like a rubber band. You got to loosen it up, you got to warm it up, make sure the muscles are flexible. Take a nice hot shower, hop in a hot tub if you got one, or hit another little exercise, warm the body up and run through the stretches. Now we're going to do the butterfly stretch. So we're going to put the sole of the sneakers together, tuck your heels in towards your legs as far as possible. There you go. You can use your forearms to push your legs to the ground as far as they can and keep your chest bent over. There you go. We're gonna hold that for 20 seconds. Feel that stretching your groin?
Yeah.
Good.
Good for you.
Good for you. Alright, so now we're gonna stretch out the thighs. So what you can do is just put your hand on the wall to balance. You can grab your foot, pull your leg back until you feel a stretch in that thigh. We're gonna hold that for 20 seconds. Now you can do this a number of different ways. You can do it standing up, you can do it laying down, you can lay down, tilt your body to the side, bring your leg back, pull your leg back behind you. You know, there's a number of different ways to do these stretches. Now we're only running through a couple of them today, just for time's sake. We want to show you a few of the major ones. Doing the leg straight in front, the hurdler stretches out to the side, the groin, doing the thigh stretches, and then we're going to do the calf stretches. That's hitting a lot of the major muscle groups in the legs and the lower back. But that leaves the upper body. We'll hit the upper body next time we film. So, as we go, you know, start to document these stretches, remember these stretches, use these stretches every time. Again, your stretching sessions should last 20 to 25 minutes with a 20-second hold if you do it properly.
That one I really feel.
Good.
That one is hurting.
Alright, good. Now we're going to go stretch the calves out. Now this one, the easiest way to show you is you can go up to the wall. You're going to put your toe up as high as you can on the wall, keeping your leg straight. And a lot of times I see people bend in or bend the leg. Keeping your leg straight, just bring your pelvis, bring your hips towards the wall and lean into it, and it will stretch out your calves and your Achilles. We're going to hold that for 20 seconds. So, you want to show up, put your toe up as high as you can, keep your legs straight, and bring your pelvis, with your legs straight, bring your pelvis towards the wall. Not your chest, bring your pelvis. There you go. You feel that stretch in your calf?
Yeah.
And we're going to hold that for 20 seconds. Again, this is stretching out your calf and your Achilles tendon. Your Achilles tendon.
You get my good side.
Your Achilles tendon, you don't ever want to have anything go wrong with that. I've heard of a few people snapping their Achilles tendon, and that is not a pleasant thing to endure. So, no, doing these kind of things are going to prevent those kind of injuries. Okay, we're going to switch to the other side. Bring your toe up as high as you can on the wall. Keep your legs straight and bring your pelvis in towards the wall.
These like automatically come out.
You feel like a stretch?
Okay, there we go.
Yeah. All right.
Better than the first time.
That's right. So we're back. It's 2010. It's time for New Year's resolutions. You know, and I told Monica about this earlier. If you're coming in, I think the reason why I can't remember what the statistic is, but a large number of people start coming into the gym for January New Year's resolutions, but they start trying to push themselves too hard, too fast. They get frustrated, they get too sore, they feel nauseous, or you know, they just don't know what to do besides what they've been taught in the past. So don't try to rush it. You know, build yourself up gradually, because if you come in and you kick your butt really hard for the first week, and then you get frustrated, or you think you're not seeing results fast enough, and you leave, and then you come back a few weeks later and you try it again, you're going to keep recycling through the hardest 2 weeks of the workout. You know, the first 2 to 3 weeks of the workout program are the hardest part. You're dealing with the soreness, you're dealing with fatigue, you're dealing with nauseousness, you know, stamina issues. So keep working past it. Push through the 2 to 3 weeks. Once you get past that point, you will get easier, but you got to be consistent with it, okay? So we're back. It's 2010. First workout of the year is in the bag. We'll see you next time. We're reporting from Fitness 19 on Peabody. It's Nathan Becklo, Monica. We will see you next time.
Bye.